Even in the darkest of times, you can find a silver lining.
It's Ahmad! He might just have won it! Ahmad with the goal!
For Manchester United in this disastrous season, one of the brightest moments was Amad Diallo's progress. Right now, we are going to tell you why Diallo, not Antony or Sancho, should become one of the symbols of the new Man United and how the Ivorian winger is turning into a real monster. Let's get started! In the winter of 2021, Manchester United paid Atalanta £20 million for the talented Amad Diallo. The average fan either didn't know anything about this player or only knew that he was a highly valued prospect, nothing more. After all, the 19-year-old Amad had only 5 matches in senior football at the time and had no opportunity to introduce himself to a wide audience, so he went to Old Trafford without much pressure of expectations, but also with the need to prove himself as soon as possible. In the end, 20 million is a big investment. At the beginning of the next season, Diallo suffered a thigh injury, so he had to undergo treatment and get fit. Hence, in the winter, United decided that the best solution for the young player would be to go on loan. Amad was picked up by Rangers, and this loan can be considered rather successful. The Ivorian was a player close to the starting lineup and received regular game time. The result of this half of the year for him was 13 matches played and 3 goals scored. In addition, Amad won the Scottish Cup with Rangers, securing his first major trophy. The Red Devils were pleased with the progress of their player and decided to loan him out for the entire 2022-23 season. Amad joined Sunderland, where he began to shine. In fact, this was Diallo's first full season in senior football, and what a great one it turned out to be. On a personal level, Amad made a breakthrough. He played 42 matches in all tournaments for the Black Cats, scoring 14 goals and making 4 assists. It took the Ivorian the first 2 months of the season to win a place in the starting lineup, after which he turned into a key player for the team. In the end, that season can also be called a success for Sunderland. At the end of the campaign, the team made it to the playoffs for the Premier League spot, but lost in semi-finals to Luton, which eventually won promotion. During the season, Diallo not only got a lot of playing time, but also turned into a versatile player. Before that, he played mainly on the right wing of the attack. For the Black Cats, he played not only in this position, but also had many matches as a central attacking midfielder and centre forward. All this impressed Ten Hag's coaching staff, and the Ivorian went to the pre-season camp with ambitions to fight for his place in the United team. Especially since Diallo's rival was Antony, who failed in his first season. That loan at Sunderland, he left that place a hero, an absolute god. He plays on the right-hand side too, a problem position for us. United legend Rio Ferdinand praised Amad. However, life had other plans. During pre-season camp, Diallo suffered a serious knee injury that left him out of action until the end of 2023. A big blow to the player's ambitions and the club's hopes. I was in Sunderland where I did well, and I wanted to come here and help my team. I got that injury and I was a little bit sad, but now I want to forget that moment. It was one of my most difficult moments. Diallo shared his feelings. Of course, when Amad returned after a long, hard recovery, he didn't have a chance to get many opportunities to prove himself right away. Moreover, the situation at United was catastrophic and Ten Hag had no time to do experiments. Over time, Diallo began to get his minutes on the pitch. The reasons for this were rather the terrible performances of rivals for the position and a large number of injuries within the squad, and it was important for the Ivorian to take advantage of his chance. Amad's first landmark episode was the FA Cup quarter-finals match against Liverpool. That crazy game was very difficult for United. The team constantly had to come back, but it was Diallo's goal in added time in the second extra time that brought Manchester a magical victory over a fierce rival and a place in the semi-finals. In addition, the goal scored by Amat shows the quality of this player. There was everything in it. Interception efforts, a high-speed run to the opponent's goal, a smart escape from the defender, and a great shot into the corner of the rival's goal. Everything in these episodes screams class. By the way, like this video if you were impressed by Diallo's performances recently. The next important milestone was his first start. It happened in the Premier League match against Arsenal. And although the team lost that game, Amat finally overtook Anthony on the list of priority right-wingers that day. Ten Hag, no matter how much he loved his protege Anthony, had to admit that the Ivorian now clearly deserves to start. I've worked hard for this moment. This season hasn't been easy for me as I got injured in pre-season, but scoring this goal in last home game is a big feeling for me. I was waiting for a long time for the first start, but I've gone step by step. Diallo shared his excitement. He repaid the trust in the very next match. The game against Newcastle at Old Trafford was a must-win for United because only a victory left the Red Devils a chance to make it to the European competitions through the league. And Amat became the absolute hero of the match. Not only did he provide a brilliant assist to Kobbie Mainoo and scored a wonderful goal, he also became the best player in the team in terms of the number of shots, the number of touches in the opponent's penalty area, and the number of take-ons completed. Bravo! It was a brilliant goal by Amat. You see how young players like Amat are developing. I was really pleased with his performance and it was a great goal. He is very good. He has high potential. Erik ten Hag rejoiced after the match. Interestingly, in this single match, Diallo made as many goal contributions in the Premier League as Anthony did in the entire season. And this fact is not to praise Amat at all. The Ivorian's recent performances are a serious claim to be included in a starting lineup not only in the last Premier League match of the season against Brighton, but also in the FA Cup final against Manchester City. At least there is no doubt that Amat will be involved in this match. Amad Diallo is a vivid example of how money is not the only thing that matters in football. He worked hard and overcame obstacles to get a place in the starting lineup to finally make it. If Manchester United are gonna look for any good things in this terrible season, Amat is one of them. It's under such circumstances that those players who care and can be relied upon in the most difficult times show their best. Diallo is not only ready to fight for his club's badge, he is still a very young player and has a huge potential for progress. In general, United can be proud of their younger generation. While players like Casemiro, Rashford or Anthony failed to deliver in the most crucial moments, the kids didn't. Take a look. Amad Diallo, 21 years old. Kobbie Mainoo, 19. Alejandro Garnacho, 21 years old. Willy Cambuala, 19 years old. They all stepped up and helped the club out when it was needed most. More importantly, there is a good chemistry between the young players. Manchester United fans know how important that is. After all, Sir Alex's great team was based on the unity and talent of the class of '92. Who knows? Maybe we are seeing the beginnings of a reincarnation of that great team. Friends, write in the comments whether you believe that Amad Diallo will be the next big deal for Manchester United and what he can lead the team to in the future. Of course, watch other videos